Okay, I'm re-recording this because it's a talking head time. It's a talking head time related to the whole thing right now going on with Winter Storm Fern and people panic buying and being fucking stupid. Um, Let me start with a little story because I saw this and it was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. So I'm walking into Walmart. I only had to get a couple things. I need to get some dog food for the dog, a replacement for my water canister, which is 7 gallons. I did get a case of water, a singular case, and I got a big, like, giant, rugged storage tote. A couple of things for myself, nothing that I needed, but I'm like, oh, that's nice. I'm gonna go and get that. So I'm walking through the entrance. Like almost every Walmart has the double door gate thing now, and I thought about all of this while I'm sitting here getting everything updated to do some editing for a video I'm going to try to get out within the next week or so. And I just kind of look over because the way our Walmart is set up, there's the double gates. You walk in, there's all like the bread and the hot food stuff, and then you have like a little L-shaped like drink section with like snacks, and then you got a little hot food cart with like the rotisserie chicken and your hot dogs and stuff. And I look over and there's this dude. His cart is filled with way too much stuff. Way too much. Let me adjust this because this is like right in my eyes. There we go. And it's like he's got like 20 things of spaghetti and like 20 things of sauces and like just a bunch of stuff. Like, I know, Bailey. It's horrible. The dog is dreaming. No water, no fuel for a stove, no nothing. So my actual immediate thought was, the fuck are you gonna do with 20 pounds of pasta? Now, I'm exaggerating, but it was stacked. The little spot where you put your children in the cart, where they're supposed to be like, yay, we're at the grocery store, and not actually being an absolute nuisance, was filled, like stacked vertically and horizontally with nothing but spaghetti. And then he had all the sauces in the main part of the cart. Now, a reasonable person would be like, that's a lot. And my response is, that's so stupid. Because if you're expecting the power to go out, how are you gonna cook it? Most of the stoves in this area are going to be electric. We don't have a whole lot of gas utilities. So you're going to have raw pasta and sauce. Now, I went to get just a handful of things. Like I said, I think I said it, water storage canister, which is 7 gallons. I need to replace my old one. It dry rotted. A singular, a case of water. I managed to get one. Dog food. A pack of batteries, just in case. And a few other little things. I got a storage tote to put all the canned goods from the garage in to pull them in so they didn't go through a freeze-thaw cycle, which is bad for canned goods. Don't let it do that. If you have canned goods, you keep them in a garage, and there's no climate control in the garage, a freeze-thaw cycle for canned goods is bad. It takes away some of that non-perishability. It can damage them. It can also cause them to bust. So we don't do that. It is not difficult to be prepared for something like this. And when I say it is not difficult, it is truly not difficult. That is not what I wanted to do there. And I probably look like I'm looking to the side this whole time because I am, because this is my screen here. Why is this? There we go. I need to be able to see what I'm looking at here. So, in terms of being prepared for weather or natural disasters or, hurricane, whatever, it's really, really not hard, and it's really not expensive either. So what I have done is I have done the basics. Now, I've also put myself in situations where I have to learn how to survive. I have to be prepared. I have to know how to do certain things. So, one, so I have perspective, and two, so I know how to do these things. I can start a fire without a lighter or matches. It's not hard. You just got to learn how to do it. So, like, all of this is leading up to a point. The basics of being prepared for this kind of thing. Now, step one, have food that you can actually prepare and eat. You can just eat soup out of the can. It's not pleasant, but you can. But this is what you do. You, one, get a Coleman stove. One of the ones that use the little fuel canisters, the little butane fuel canisters. I have a dual burner one, and I've used it extensively. And one of those canisters, like, for just cooking for, I don't know, a day, like, it'll last several days. Like, legitimately, it will last several days. As long as you turn it off and you don't just overuse it or use it to heat the area, you're good. Now, if you... Asterisk, warning here, if you are going to use it indoors, make sure the area is ventilated or you have a way to exhaust the fumes, because there will be leftover fuel going into the air. You have to do that, because that is called carbon monoxide poisoning. You will poison yourself. You will be breathing it in. Here in this house, we have a small atrium right here. So I would be opening the door and setting it on the table. Yeah, I'd be cold as shit trying to cook, but guess what? We'd be able to cook something. And I have like 8 canisters of fuel. I always have some of that around. So, Coleman stove. Or if you actually want to spend the money, you can get the dual fuel version, which can use regular unleaded gasoline to fuel it. Or the canisters. So, get yourself a way to cook your food, and then stock up on food and fuel. You don't have to stock up on a bunch, because context here is key. So it is the 25th of January right now, 2026. All of this pretty much started, like, actually occurring Friday evening. It dipped down to like 23, I think, at its coldest. And then Saturday morning, we had a little bit of sky cocaine fall. It wasn't a lot. It didn't even stick. By the afternoon, it was all melted. Which also means that the roads were very dangerous, which means there was probably black ice or patches of ice on the road. Very dangerous. Just putting that out there. I'm not going nowhere. We're not equipped for this. At least to travel in a vehicle. Okay, cool. It was freaking cold. Whatever. Next, we had Saturday to yesterday. It dipped down, I think, in the evening. Once it got dark and started to actually drop, I think it got down to like 18. Now, right now, it is 1:30 p.m. on the 25th. So that's the 24th. It is currently 18 degrees. When I woke up this morning, it was actually colder. It was 16. I looked outside my window. Probably got 2 inches of frozen precipitation. Tomorrow, we may still have some around, but there will be ice, more than likely. And then Tuesday, it will probably be cleared up. That's 4 days. That's what, 5 days technically. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is probably going to be perfectly fine. You'll be able to drive. You'll be safe. So you don't need to go and buy like a month's worth of supplies. Just buy a couple bags of rice, a couple bags of beans, which leads us into the next section, which is food. Food. It's not complicated to be prepared for this. So we have a store around here in my area, North Texas, called Winco. They have wonderful little things called food safe storage containers. So they're effectively 5-gallon buckets. They're made slightly different. They're food safe. And what you do is you get 2 of those. You get 2. One for rice, one for beans. And every time you go grocery shopping, you get 1 pound of rice, 1 pound of beans, and 4 or 5 cans of soup. What you do in these situations, if power does go out, you can't cook, you can't go out and get things, and you don't really have any way to cook any other food, you break into that 1 bag at a time, and for a pound of rice and a pound of beans, that's like roughly doubles in volume whenever you cook them. I'm not even going to look up prices because it's about $2 per bag. And then if you get the store brand soup, you're paying, what, $1 per can? If you only go grocery shopping once a month, that's 2, 4, and then that's $7 a month to get food to put back. Now, that's not including the price of your storage, which storage is not expensive. You buy it once. And make sure you get the twist-on lids, not the ones you have to use an opener for. I wish I understood. I wish I understood the mindset of people who panic buy. Because it's not hard to be prepared. It's not expensive to be prepared. I was doing this whenever I made absolute shit money. I would buy a bag of rice, a bag of beans, and a few cans of soup every single grocery shopping trip, and put those in a place saying, this is just in case. It's gonna suck. Everything sucks at some point or another. Yeah, you're not going to be able to have your steak or your hamburger meat. Well, you could have hamburger meat. What you could do is, have a bunch of the stuff that's going to go bad if it thaws out. Might as well use it. Got my Coleman stove. I got a pot and a pan. Let's make some food. Somebody's going to be cold one way or another. Might as well be the person cooking. And then they can sit down and say, hey, guess what? You guys go do something. I'm going to warm up. I'm going to eat this spaghetti that I just made. Because I'm hungry and cold. Not hard. Now, that's 3 things, really. So, your stove, storage, food. Next is power. Let me put this simply. Hold on. I need to throw that away. Most people have some of these. This is a power bank. I have several power banks. This one just lives in my backpack. This one right now is at 91% because I used it to charge something the other day whenever I was out and about. Get a handful of these, charge them, make sure they're charged before the storm hits. You can have some power. Now, there's a couple other things. If you have a Harbor Freight around, they have these like jumper packs that you can buy that have various features. One of the ones that I have has a 3-prong outlet, 2 USB ports, and a 12-port DC jack, or 12-volt DC port. So like a power outlet in a car. Have a couple of, in fact, have 1 per vehicle is the way that I have it, because you may not have to jump your car off, but it's always nice to have jump somebody else's car off. But also, you have power. Make sure those are charged. There you go. You have a way to, at the very least, charge your phone and other potentially necessary devices. If you have somebody who is reliant on some sort of medical device, have a way to keep that charged. That is probably the most expensive thing. And I'm really only wanting to focus on things that you wouldn't normally have. Most people have power banks, but make sure they're charged. This thing can actually charge my phone. It's a what is it? It's a Galaxy S22 Ultra. It can charge my phone 2.5 times if that's all I'm using it for. Now for some of the stupid shit people do. The toilet paper. Water may still flow, depends, but don't buy like don't go and buy like 120 or like how much do you actually shit? Like really? Like how much do you actually use? There are 3 adult human beings in this household, and we don't even go through a 48 roll or a 48 count in a month. Like how much do you really need? Don't panic, buy toilet paper, because guess what? You're not going to use it all during the freeze. I saw several videos. This woman was buying like 50 gallons of milk. What are you going to do with 50 gallons of milk if the power goes out? Like, are you just going to eat cereal the whole time? It's literally just 5 days. 5 days of cold and some snow. And then, you know, like, it's not hard. It's actually kind of crazy to me. Like people buying up perishable food. Like, if the power goes out, it's gonna go bad. If the power goes out, you probably don't have a way to cook anything with it. If the power... I don't get it. And I'm no longer like... I no longer have like prepping turned up to 10. I realized like my rational brain went, wow, that's actually really stupid. I shouldn't be focusing on those things. I should focus on the immediate problems that could happen. And the reason why North Texas, Texas in general, and the South don't have a way to deal with these things is this is a greater than 0% chance of occurring, but not likely. And if you think people are pissed about taxes now, imagine if they went and bought trucks that are going to sit there in a motor pool for potentially 5 years and never be used. The last time this happened was like 2020 or 2021. In November. I remember because I was still doing security and I was freezing my tits off. Because I was in a building that I had to sit in the lobby with all of the doors locked open because that's how that building was designed whenever power is lost. And I remember it very vividly. And it sucked, but I wasn't suffering because I had stocked up on canned goods and fuel for the stove and blankets and stuff long beforehand. It sucked. Every now and then we would go out to the car, start it, and sit. And we parked outside. We weren't in a garage, but we'd go into the car and let it warm us up a little bit because the heating and cooling in the house was not great. This thing over here, that creature, she enjoyed the hell out of it. She loved the snow. God, it's been that long. Really, when did we get you? You don't remember? I don't either. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. Calm down. Take a breath. It may just be the autism. It may just be me, my autism, being like, wow, it probably would pay to have some things set to the side to have available if a thing like this happened. And I started doing the prepping thing in 2015. Just like getting things, food, water, food storage, a Coleman stove, and like I've had all of this since. It was a whole entire 5 or 6 years before I even had to touch it. But it was there, and I wasn't panicking. I wasn't freaking out. You know, hell, if you don't want to deal with beans, just get canned beans. They're nutritionally the same, and they're shelf stable. So, you know, hell, you know, instead of doing the whole rice and beans, buy some rice, buy some cans of beans, buy some soup, cook it, put it all together. It's a nice, hot, filling meal that's gonna not let you die. It is actually crazy to me. I don't lose any sleep over it. It just actually bothers me. I have, and see, here's the thing. I have blankets. It's like I'm not immune to the cold. I have one right here for like me sitting in this chair right now because there is a single pane window here with an exhaust system underneath for all the heat that builds up in here because of all the computers. Now, I can feel the cold, like, I'm just barely touching the curtain, and I can feel it. So, it's bleeding into this room. It's actually pretty cold in this spot. If I went over to the bed, it's not so bad. I have a blanket there. I have a blanket at the foot of the bed. I have another blanket over by the door of the room, over there, just in case I need another blanket, which I really haven't. That one's been fine, actually. I sleep with a sheet and a blanket, like a normal person should. And not to mention, the window is right next to my head. If we didn't have heating right now, I probably would be breaking out a second blanket. It's sensibility and common sense have just left every human being, it seems. I just wish I could understand it and get that message out. Like, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at conveying, like, hey, this is a good way to do it. But it is like a buddy of mine. Like, hold on, let me look at this message. Hold on, he just sent this to me. Had to go to HEB Tuesday, or Thursday last week at 6 a.m. There were already lines. People taking stuff as soon as it's stocked. He's just trying to get his normal stuff that he wanted. People, use your brains, please. It's not hard. It's not the apocalypse. It's not the end of the world. The power grid hasn't even gone down. I think we actually learned our lesson from the last one. We've had several years to actually do something about it, and it seems to have held up. And even then, it has been remarkably okay. And then these people are gonna be, and then the people who have bought all of this stuff are gonna have to figure out what they're gonna do with it before it goes bad. And well, the people who stocked up on toilet paper won't have to buy TP for a while, I guess. But people who bought perishables like eggs and milk, they're gonna have to use this stuff, or it's a waste of money. And they probably spent way more money than they had to actually use for this kind of thing. And they could have just done the simple thing and bought what they needed for 4 to 5 days and not wasted money and time and inconvenienced every other human being in their general vicinity. I don't. I don't know. I don't know how to even say it. It is baffling to me. Like I do need to clean some stuff up because like Friday was like a hell of a night with stream and trying to make sure everything was set up. Um, like and the guy at Taco Bell, I want. Let me put something positive out there real quick. Bless his heart. I'm not even mad. Stuff was kind of fucked up with the order. Like I don't care. Homie was there by himself, running a Taco Bell KFC combo place, and I just wanted a taco. I just wanted my box. Like that's my Friday thing for payday. As I go and I indulge a little, I get some Taco Bell. I was getting Taco Bell for myself, my mom, you know, all three of us here, right? And because I don't, Fridays are hectic for me at the least on a good day. He was there by himself. And you know what? I don't know if this will ever reach him, but brother, thank you for being there and being as kind as you were. And you're just like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, dude, I fucking get it. Like you don't want to be here. I don't want to inconvenience you. Thank you. Like, there's not enough of that going on. Now, kindness time is over. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to be blunt. And then I'm just going to end this talking head. Common sense is a commodity these days. Use it. Stop being a dumb fuck. And those are two. That's not one. Because this is wisdom. This is intelligence. And be kind to others. If you're the guy who is in the aisle next to Granny, and Granny can't, like, reach a thing, and it's this situation where we are about to have a freeze that could potentially knock down the power grid, help the old lady. And give her some, if she needs some of the stuff that's in your cart and there's none of it left, give her some of it. You will be fine. You will be okay. I promise you. It is not the end of the world if you don't have that one single box of spaghetti or that 1 gallon of milk or the entire pack of toilet paper. You will be fine. I promise you. Because I've gone out and I've done the absolute, like, caveman method camping. And I did that for like 3 days straight. And I'm still here. Yeah, were mosquitoes bad? Yeah. Did I itch a little? Yeah. Was I uncomfy? Sure. But I'm alive. I'm still here. Be kind. Think. Be smart. Be kind. Help others. Because the first thing I did when I got home, well, over the course of a couple days, Thursday, Friday, is I made sure everybody I knew, whether I messaged them through text or Facebook or Discord, I'm just like, hey, you good? Do you need anything? Because I know that I have way more than I need right now. And if I can get that to somebody who needs it more than I do, then I'm doing my part. I'm going to end it there and just recap that real quick. Think, be smart. Right? Okay? Be kind. That's it. That's all you have to do. Take care of others, especially if you're well off. Those are the 3 things you need to do in this situation. Don't overreact. Okay, I'm done. I have a video to edit. I need to get all this updated. I'm very fortunate to have electricity and the food that I need. If anybody listen to this, thank you. Have a good day. Stay warm. Eat some soup. Go help a neighbor. Until next time. Those are my thoughts. Have a good one.